Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now, running a Philippines YouTube channel and having quite a few videos that I've done, you get a lot of comments, and some are more bemusing than other comments. It appears with some guys, when they meet a Filipina online, that all common sense with some of these guys goes out the window. And it's almost like some magical spell has been placed on these foreign guys. And all of a sudden, they haven't even met this Filipina. And some of these guys might be just talking to the Filipina online, never seen them in a video chat, and they're sending money to them because they think they're in a proper relationship. And the crazy thing is that most of these guys are fairly well educated, and they're lived a pretty full life, so they've got plenty of life experience, and yet some sort of magical spell sweeps over them with the power of a beautiful younger Filipina. And I think to myself, why does this actually happen? That these mature adults who usually have half a brain lose all perspective and common sense when it comes to the Filipina. So I'll give you my thoughts in just a moment, so stay tuned. Now, I'd like to say a big thank you to Alex Stewart. He suggested that I do this video due to some comments by some guys on recent videos saying that they're sending money to a Filipina even though they've actually never even met them in person. In some cases, they've never even seen them. So thank you to Alex for that. Also, I'd like to say, if you're enjoying this channel and this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to get more videos. Now, what is it about a Filipina that can make a seemingly intelligent guy go to water and lose all perspective and start sending this Filipina money on a regular basis, even though he's never met her and even though he's never even seen her in some cases online? I mean, if you'd met somebody in your local community and only knew them for 2-3 weeks, a month maybe, and they've come up to you and said, look mate, I need some money, can you give me money? Would you just hand over your hard-earned cash to someone you really don't know? Of course not. But some guys, when they're talking to a Filipina, they get pretty well manipulated by this Filipina at the thought that she's younger, she's beautiful, and she's interested in him. And as a result, he gets a big ego boost and believes that everything this Filipina is saying to him is the absolute truth. Now, you've got to really think to yourself that if you've never ever met a Filipina face to face, and maybe you've never even seen them on the computer, then why are you going to be sending them money? What is it about you that is making you want to send them money? Is she giving you a heartfelt story, tugging on your heartstrings about something to make you feel compelled to send her some money on a regular basis? If so, she's playing you like a fiddle. Now, I'm not saying all Filipinas are like this, and every circumstance is different. So every, if you want to call it a relationship, is different. And really, I don't even call it a relationship until you've gone there and you've met the Filipina face to face. Then you can call it a relationship. But if you're sitting on a computer and you're chatting to somebody, and you might be chatting to them for a year or 2 years, but you've never actually met them, then all you are is no more than what a pen pal used to be, or a chat mate would be a more accurate description. Now, a lot of these guys, they are very lonely sort of guys. They might be older guys. They might have lost their wives. The wife might have died, and they're moving on, and they're trying to move on, and they don't really know how to go about all this dating thing in their own country. They might be looking for a Filipina or that type of woman who is more the old-fashioned values. And so that's what attracts them to the Filipinas. And of course, as I said earlier, it gives them a big ego boost when they've got a younger Filipina and they can say, look, I've still got it. You know, I'm still king of the mountain. Look at this. But really, I believe a lot of these guys have got to be in some sort of delusional state of mind to actually send money to someone they really don't know and to believe they're in a proper relationship. It's just not so. And deep down, these guys, they know what they're doing is not right, and it is a bit crazy because most of them won't even tell their family or friends what they're doing. I'll guarantee you they're not saying to their friends or their kids who are adults now, oh, I've met this Filipina online, I've been chatting to her for 12 months, never met her, but hey, I've been sending her, 10,000 pesos a month, which is a couple $100 every month or more. Who knows? And maybe they've even bought them jewelry or, a lot over in the Philippines, so it could be a lot more than just a couple of $100 a month. And because they're not being open and honest with their family and friends about what they're doing, the money they're sending, and maybe even the relationship that he calls it, then that tells me that he knows inside that what he's doing is not right. But he's ignoring all those things because this makes him feel good that a young, beautiful Filipina is interested in him. And in his latter stage of life, let's call it, then he is feeling quite good about himself and maybe not feeling so old or alone anymore. Now, for a lonely guy who may be elderly and feeling alone, then having a chat mate online, nothing wrong with that. All good and well. But he's got to realise that it is not a relationship. And really, it's not even a friendship. It's just a way to have a chat with somebody to alleviate his boredom or his loneliness. Now, putting it in those terms might seem a little harsh, but it is the reality. You cannot have a relationship with somebody until you meet them. So the idea is you have your online chats, you go and meet them within a few months, and then if all is well, then you say, yes, we're going to be in a relationship from now on. And you can decide at what point then you might want to send money. But to these guys who have been just chat mates with a Filipina online and never ever met them, then why are you going to be sending them money? As I say, hold off until you meet the Filipina so the two of you can decide whether you want to turn this chat mate situation into a proper relationship. And from there, then you can decide when and how much money you may send her. But really, for God's sake, don't go sending money when you're just chat mates online. That's just crazy. And again, it says a lot about you and what you're trying to get for your own ego or because you're lonely. So what I'm really saying is don't be played the fool. You hear the saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. Well, don't be the fool. And really, if you ignore all this advice and you keep on sending money before you've even met this girl, then you've really got no comeback. You've really got no claim once she bails out and leaves you and stops talking to you and blocks you on Facebook because she's got enough out of you. Then you've got no comeback. You can't cry and whinge and say, oh, this Filipina, this and that. You've got to look out for yourself in this world. And doing something very silly like sending money to a chat mate will always end up badly. Think about it from this point of view. If you've got kids and your child was doing this, they met somebody overseas, never actually gone and met them face to face, just typing to them on the computer, and they came to you and they said, hey Dad, I'm sending this person over in this country $500 per month. How's that? What are you going to say to your child? What sort of advice are you going to give your child about that? And I can guarantee you, unless you're mentally unstable, you're going to say to your child, stop sending money, don't be played the fool. Well, now it's time for you to take your own advice. Anyway, guys, that's my take on this subject of sending money to Filipinas before meeting them. And again, thank you to Alex Stewart for the suggestion. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video with all your networks, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell to get more videos. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care, and bye for now.